What if you had already tasted the glitter of royal attention, and then chose to walk away from it? In the dazzling, dangerous court of Henry VIII, where ambition could make you a queen, and love could cost you everything, one woman made a choice no one expected. She was the sister of Anne Boleyn. She had once captured the king's eye. But in the end, Mary Boleyn chose something far more dangerous than a crown. She chose love. History remembers Anne. Anne, who became queen. Anne, who changed England's religion. Anne, who lost her head. But before Anne rose to power, her older sister, Mary Boleyn, was already at court. And Mary was different, less sharp, less politically ambitious, less calculating, but perhaps more human. In the 1520s, Mary became the mistress of Henry VIII. It was not unusual in Tudor England. Kings took mistresses. Families encouraged it. Power flowed toward those closest to the throne. Mary's relationship with Henry likely lasted several years. Some historians believe she bore him children, though this was never officially acknowledged. For her family, this was opportunity. For Mary, we do not know what it meant. But what we do know is this. When Henry turned his attention toward Anne, Mary quietly faded into the background. The Boleyn family was ambitious. Anne was being positioned carefully, not as a mistress, but as a queen. Mary, once useful, became less central to their plans. She married William Carey, a courtier who later died during a sweating sickness outbreak in 1528. Left a widow with 2 children, Mary remained within the orbit of the court. And then she did something shocking. A forbidden choice soon followed. Sometime around 1534, Mary secretly married a man named William Stafford. He was not powerful, not wealthy, not politically advantageous. He was a soldier, a gentleman of modest means. For a woman connected to the Boleyn dynasty, this was scandalous. The marriage was not approved, not by her family, not by the king. When the secret was discovered, Mary and William were banished from court. There was no execution, no imprisonment. But there was rejection. Her powerful family withdrew support. Her sister was queen at this time. Anne Boleyn sat beside Henry on the throne. And yet, Mary received no royal protection. She had stepped outside ambition, and ambition did not forgive. Mary and William retreated to the countryside, away from jewels, away from silk gowns, away from palace whispers. For the first time in her life, Mary lived outside the shadow of royal expectation. And something remarkable happened. There were no further scandals, no betrayals, no dramatic falls. Mary lived quietly. She remained married to William Stafford until her death in 1543. In a Tudor world defined by political marriages and brutal consequences, Mary's second marriage endured. Anne Boleyn, the sister who chose the crown, was executed in 1536. Henry VIII went on to marry 4 more times. The Tudor court remained dangerous. But Mary survived, not because she was powerful, but because she stepped away. Was it love? We do not have passionate letters between Mary and William. We do not have dramatic declarations, but we do have evidence of something rare in Tudor aristocracy. A marriage that brought no advantage, no wealth, no political gain, only companionship. In a world where women were bargaining pieces, Mary chose differently, and she paid for it with status, but not with her life. History often remembers the boldest, the loudest, the most tragic, but sometimes the quietest choice is the most radical. Mary Boleyn once stood close to a king. She could have chased influence. She could have remained within ambition's glittering cage. Instead, she married a man who offered her nothing but himself. And she walked away. Perhaps she was not England's queen. But in the end, she may have been something far rarer in Tudor England. She was free.